Opening.
Welcome to the Raw Real Podcast.
Hey guys, we'll be starting in a few moments. Shane is just smoking his cancer stick. Mm, I love me some cancer. Oh yeah. Mm, that cancer tastes so good. No, I'll leave it open. It's all good. Oh, cough, cough,
I
cough,
don't
cough. Stick in the nose, stick in the teeth. We're about to start, folks.
you left you left
Oh yeah, I left the laptop there. Yeah, we need it.
the
So literally updated 20 minutes.
TikTok. Kathy, are we live on TikTok? Left Facebook feed.
We're going to start soon, folks. So hold tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Try and bring the microphone a little bit lower.
There you go.
All
I
right.
need to bring the microphone lower so you all could see my face. We're about to start in just a few moments.
Because that's the money shot right there, guys. This is the face of the Raw Real Podcast. Giving it to you
Yes,
raw
sir.
and keeping it real. We're giving it to you raw and keeping it real, folks.
Oh
You
no, this.
ready? How you feeling?
Wait a minute. This is the old one. Are we live on Facebook?
We are? We should be. We were. Let me double check. All right, guys.
We are. We are. Go ahead.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much. We're super excited this week, guys. Super, super excited. You ready to get
Thank you,
into it?
V. Yes, we are. Let's go, baby.
All right, guys. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Davey.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
Vartan on
joining.
Facebook.
Thank you, Vartan. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Raw Real Podcast. We are your hosts. As always, with me is Coach Tony T. And today I identify as Shane Fontaine.
What?
Shane Fontaine.
Nobody calls you that, but we should maybe call you that. That was okay.
It was catchy, no?
Shane
Fontaine.
Fontaine. I like it.
It's classy. It's
It is.
classy.
It's got something to it. It's got something to it.
Today, guys, we're introducing two new segments. Um, we think you guys are going to enjoy it. The first one is the great debate. So they're topics that most of us go back and forth on, and we're gonna look for your input on these debates as well. So it'll be interesting. We talk about some of the most debated topics, and the second one,
Christina.
the second one is what peeves me off, and we'll talk about the little things that other people do that just like irk you or get underneath your skin. Lastly, I want to remind you that if you're enjoying our content and you want to show us support, please follow, like, subscribe on our TikTok channels, share our videos with your community to spread the love as well and to spread the message. We truly appreciate each and every one of you being here every Sunday religiously from the bottom of our hearts. So if you can, please spread the word with your friends and your community so that they can enjoy the laughs that you do. Hopefully, that you guys get out of this.
And yeah, guys, keep writing during the great debate or during our pet peeves. If you have any pet peeves or anything to say about the debate that we're having at the moment, the subject, feel free to write. We're we want to interact with you guys, so feel free to comment whenever you're online. What's happening, Kathy? What's happening, Caden McInnes? Who says nah?
What's
It's
going
all
on,
good.
Trevor? How you guys doing? Thank you, Boom, for joining. We appreciate it. All right, so do we get into it, Tony?
No, no, let's not.
No, let's
Let's just
not.
stay here, not talk,
Let's go to sleep.
and do nothing. Let's do nothing. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, yeah. Let's move on, Shane.
I see TikTok sometimes where people go live and they're holding up a sign that says, "I won't speak until someone makes me laugh." Is that what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, we'll be off in like 2 seconds.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom's throwing the gifts out there. Maybe we should roll with this idea,
Serious,
Tony. I don't
man.
know, man. Thank you so much for the love.
Hello, Vicky.
All right. Let's get back to business, guys. As usual, introducing our very first sponsor this week, as always, Pop Art Boy.
Pop Art Boy.
Pop
We'll
Art
get
Boy.
we'll get that down.
We'll
We'll
get
get
it.
that. We'll find the jingle.
We'll make some custom music for it, one way or another. But if, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to elevate your walls of your home or office with any eye-popping, conversation-starting custom art piece, look no further because Pop Art Boy has everything you need to bring your vision to light. You can book a free consultation at your home or office and go over any design options along with pricing. And in just 2 short weeks, you'll have a beautiful custom canvas to hang on your wall, such as the one behind us. It'll definitely bring business into your or draw business into your store, and it's definitely a conversation starter for any of the gatherings you'll be having over the summertime. So if you want to show your support, if you want to reach out to him, please visit his Instagram. It is at Pop Art Boy. We'll leave it right here and go check out all of his work. He's a brilliant, brilliant artist. He designed this masterpiece. We love you very much. Thank you so much for your
And he
sponsorship.
was actually part of the designing of the logo. So Pop Art Boy was the reason for this logo, really, overall. So if ever you are stuck in maybe a logo creation or something, they can help you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. They provided us many different options to go over, and we were able to take certain things from certain pieces and amalgamate them into other pieces until we found, something that really spoke to us. So we really appreciate it and all the time and effort that they spent with us. So make sure to go out there and show them some love, follow, and subscribe to them as well. All right, getting into the first topic, the great debate, guys. And we've got a couple of good ones. We definitely want your feedback. We want to hear from you, and we want your thoughts on this. So, Tony, uh, in the news recently, we've seen this photo going around where a gentleman has gotten married to Siamese twins. And for those of you who don't know what Siamese twins are, or Jordy, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining.
Jordy.
For those of you who don't know, that's my brother Jordan. Jordan,
Jordan, let's
thank you
go.
so much for joining and showing some love. So if you don't know what Siamese twins are, it's literally two people connected or sharing the same body, in some way or another,
It's
right?
like in the shape of a Y,
It's a
kind
very
of. Yeah.
it can vary. It can really
Yeah.
vary. So this gentleman got married to an individual, two individuals, Siamese twins, connected at the chest, and they have two heads. And so Tony, I was wondering, is this considered a polygamist marriage? Is this polygamy?
Well, technically, they're two people, and in most cases, they got two hearts,
Maybe they share the
mostly
same
two
heart.
souls. So I would say it's polygamous. I would say it's polygamous because it's two souls in the end. It's two different thought processes.
But what,
Unless I know there's Siamese that have the head combined, right?
well, these were they had two heads, two necks, but everything else
Uh,
was pretty much one.
yeah, that's two
That's
people.
two people.
Twins, Basil.
Twins.
Twins, Basil. It's two people.
I don't know, man. I don't know enough about this subject to even give an answer, to be honest with you. But it's pretty weird. But here's another question then. Is it incest? Jordan with the banger question. Is it incest? That's yeah, Tony. So that's your sibling connected to you engaging in,
Yeah.
relations with your significant. That's weird, man.
I can't even start to think what happens. Like, if let's say they're Siamese girls, one of them doing, I don't know how much we can, or how much, but fellatio,
Well, that
fellatio,
that's
the
another
other
one.
one head is next to it.
It's
It's
are they just is it voyeurism, right? One's
it's
watching while
it's
the other
weird,
one is
man. It's
pleasing.
weird. Like, for the guy to go through with it, it's pretty brave of him. It's
Yeah,
bold of him.
yeah.
You know, the person, these two people must be really nice. The problem is, for me, what if one of them is super nice and the other one is a
Well,
complete a-hole?
that's the
You know,
next
and
question.
this is, yeah.
The next question is, who did he fall in love with first, and who does he kiss first in the morning?
Well, I'm assuming depending on which side of the bed they sleep on, that's the first person
That's
you're
true.
gonna
Good point.
kiss. and he probably decided he probably decided, oh, look, I'll sleep on this side of the bed just so he makes sure that the one you like more is on his side of the bed. He'll be nice about it. He'll be like, look, I like sleeping on the left side of the bed. So, just to not be insensitive to the
But
other person.
But then
Yeah.
if your preference is to sleep on that side of the bed, but that means you're facing the sibling or sister that's the evil one. The one that perhaps
No,
you're
but
not
he
most
is doing
attracted
it
to.
in a way where he is sleeping on the side of the person that he likes more.
Perhaps.
And generally speaking, well, I don't know the differences of this girl that we're debating about. Do they have the same face? Do
They
they not?
yes, they're identical Siamese twins. They look
Man,
this is
I
some
don't.
weird stuff.
Yeah, you gotta set it up so that you sleep on the right side, on the proper side of the bed. And that's how I would do it. But in terms of all the sexual activity, that is bizarre. Well, look, it's all one place it's going for you, except if there's a fellatio aspect of it,
Hmm.
which is which is what I don't know how that works. Are they flexible enough with the neck?
Uh,
Anyways, this is that's
these
that's
are
weird
like
for the
technicals.
girls.
This is so
That's
technical.
weird for the girls. So so one is always
It's
the
the
third
third
wheel.
wheel.
That's it, Jordan.
Jordan is rolling him out. He's on fire.
Jordan's on Facebook and
He's
he
on
just
fire,
asked.
guys.
He
He's
just
on
said
fire.
one is always the third wheel. If you're just joining, we're talking about a man dating Siamese twins, and how is it a polygamous relationship or not? Two souls, two brains, two. It's polygamous. And look, the girls really don't have a choice. If one of them likes them, the other one has to tolerate the guy too. For them, if one doesn't tolerate the guy, like,
Then the
oh,
relationship doesn't work, right?
maybe she's like, oh, I like me more Spanish guys, or I like black guys, or whatever
But
it may
but what are
be.
the
What is
chances?
what one maybe has a different preference.
What are the chances that they fall in love with the same person, right? That is that
Yeah,
also considered a miracle?
that's a miracle in itself because no matter if you're twins or not, like you still have your difference of opinions and all that. So yeah, man.
That was a weird one. We got to thank Kathy for that question because she definitely brought that to our attention and sparked the interest in that. So
Welcome, user 18380860489.
yes, welcome, welcome, Grace. This is the Raw Real podcast, where we're giving it to you raw and keeping it real, talking about various things. We're welcome to talk about anything that you're interested in. If you just leave us a comment, guys, make sure to leave us a like, share the live with your friends if you're watching right now, and don't forget to subscribe. Moving on to the next debate question. I can't even find it. Ah, yeah, here we go. So for the fellas out there, all right, what we really want to know is it better to pee standing up or sitting down? Um, and I'll start first, Tony.
Seb, it would be great if one was a lesbian. That would be weird as well, because then both have to be lesbian for the Siamese twins. So that is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a debate for another day. And look, for the girls, if a guy sits down to pee or stands up, is it BITCH move to pee sitting down for you guys? Or you think it's more manly if they're peeing standing up? Or you rather them sit down because you're tired of cleaning their piss on the bowl? Now, for this debate, I got an answer for you, Shane,
All
okay?
right. I'm
So
ready.
one time I was at my grandmother's neighbor's house because we used to play with them as well. We were buddies. So basically, one time I was young, I was 10, 11 years old, and I was being standing up, and I peed around the bowl, didn't clean it because I'm a degenerate. So the guy's name was Abby. He came to me and said, "Yo, Tony, look, next time, man, when you're at the house, just sit down to pee at
Hmm.
somebody else's house." So I've always taken that to heart. When I go to somebody else's house to avoid maybe missing, maybe I drank a bit, whatever, to avoid missing, I'll sit down.
To main
But
to
at my
maintain
house,
to maintain your accuracy, right?
exactly, exactly. I don't want to be messy. Look, I'll just sit down. At home, if there's possibility of number two coming out, I'm gonna sit. But if I'm just gonna pee, I'll stand up. But sometimes you know how it is. You got your phone, you take your phone. Even when you're pissing, you sit down. Maybe an extra 5 minutes because you're like on Twitter, searching the news, doing fuck all, taking a break at
Mm.
the house. So that's at home, standing up, somebody else's house. Don't miss. Sit down. And if you're gonna miss, clean the. If you're gonna stand up to piss, clean the piss.
What's
If
going
you're
on, Lois?
sitting.
Thank you so much for joining. My preference is to sit down, and it's for two reasons. One, clinically, it reduces your risk of prostate cancer. All right,
From pee.
from peeing. Yeah,
Okay.
peeing sitting down because peeing standing up puts the bladder puts pressure on your prostate. All right, and especially if you've got a lot of fluid in your bladder, it can definitely put that pressure there. But also for me, it just feels better. I just prefer to sit down and take a pee, and it's much more comfortable for me.
All right.
That was a rhyme.
That was bars.
Yeah.
Bars.
I'm gonna ask you something, man. Can you turn the light on? We forgot lighting today.
Well, look, my head is shining.
It's a beautiful head, guys. It truly, truly is. Guys, I want you in the chat to let us know. Public bathrooms are the only bathrooms I pee standing up. That is a very, very good point. Tony, there's a cord on the bottom on the floor. There you go. There's a middle button. Bingo, bango, bongo. We're in business.
Hey, I
Yeah.
know you work the switch.
You can do it.
I work the switch, mommy.
So, guys, let us know. Jordy, thank you so much. Seb was going with Jordy on that one. We are definitely going with Jordy on that one. I won't pee sitting down in a public restroom because, again, you don't know what is going on there. But yeah, it for me at home it feels better. And I guess to Tony's point, it's cleaner in if you're visiting someone's home, you don't have to clean up after yourself. So there's that as well. But we want to know from you guys what you guys think. The very next one is uh, pineapple on pizza.
Nope. Next.
Is it a
Next
topic?
segment.
Does it belong?
Nope. Next.
Guys, let us know. Does pineapple belong on a pizza? We want to know.
Anybody got an answer? I'm gonna
Anybody?
tell you the answer. It's a no. Oh, look at that. We're
No.
ready for the next segment already. Look at that, 8:15, just on time. Because that's an easy answer. Am I right?
I
Am
think
I right?
there are people out there who will disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all going to hell.
they're all going to hell.
They're all going to hell.
I don't know, Tony.
Mm.
Have
The-
you ever had pineapple on your pizza?
no, 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 never.
Have you ever tried a Hawaiian pizza? Never pay for
Uh,
pineapple on pizza, but if it's free, Jordy, you are on fire, my friend. We've got to have this gentleman on the show sometime.
but if it's free, why would I put it? It- It's just disgusting. Hey, why don't you pee on my pizza
Hold on, hold
and
on,
I
hold on,
eat that?
hold on.
I rather, hey, why don't you poo on my pizza? I'll eat that. I will not eat pineapple on pizza. Hey, why don't you defecate on my pizza? I'll eat that.
But you won't eat pineapple on pizza.
No. Hey. How about after winter is done, the snow is melted, and you go on the sidewalk, throw my pizza on the sidewalk where all the little rocks are, and give it to me. I'll eat that. I will not eat the pineapple pizza.
Wow.
Hey, how about you change a kid's diaper, throw it on my pizza? I'll eat that. I will not eat pineapple on the pizza. Okay?
Wow. He feels strongly about that.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it. Someone else bought a Hawaiian pizza. All right.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
you're really hungry last.
Jordy was impaired. Maybe his judgment was impaired.
You know what?
And
Jordy was really hungry.
because I don't know what Tony is saying. I listen, guys. I gotta say it. I've had pineapple on pizza before.
And
It's not that bad, but it's like you gotta kind of be in the mood for it, which is really, really rare, right? That's like something a pregnant woman would say, like, like one of those weird cravings where they want to have pickles and ice cream, at the same time, or what's one of the weirdest things that I've ever put together as a combination? My wife is gonna irk at this, but I've mixed dry tuna with black cherry yogurt.
what the hell?
Dry tuna and black cherry yogurt, and I
You put it in
consume
the
that.
shake?
This was way back in the day when I was broke, living on my own, wanted to go to the gym, and I wanted to consume as much protein on a budget as possible. And if you think about it, mayonnaise is the same consistency as yogurt, right? And I don't know,
It's healthier.
it's healthier. It goes down better. It's a really weird thing, I know. Don't judge me for it until you try it,
Oh,
guys.
you'll be judged.
I'll be judged for sure. Why? Hi. How high are you? Very. Yes, very on life, my friend. All right, guys. Um, that was it for the great debate. I liked it. Did you like it?
I loved it a lot.
I loved it a lot as
I
well.
loved it a lot. You know what else I love? 36Q.
36Q.
Are you looking to put that extra spark on your wedding, corporate birthday, or any other celebratory event? 36Q is the best option for you guys. It is the 360 video booth experience that can liven up any party at any moment within 20 seconds. You will get the video onto your phone. Okay. So you'll be creating new memories and saving them onto your phone digitally. 36Q can be the life of the party and will be something people will be talking about after your event has come and gone. You can follow 36Q on Instagram and TikTok with the handle at 36Q Video, or you can send an email 36qvideo at gmail.com. I'm Bastin. All right. So that's it, man. You guys could also call them 438-863-1017, 438-863-1017. So if you want your event to have that extra spark, extra je ne sais quoi, call 36Q and your guests will remember the night of your event for a very long time and they'll have it stored on their phone. Then after I can share it on Instagram, TikTok with the music of your liking. And yeah, man, you could put it on your story, on your reel, on your live, whichever it may be. Not on your live there, but yeah, man. And yeah, so call 36Q once again, 438-863-1017. 17. So what's next, Shane?
Guys, first and foremost, let's give it up to Tony. Wherever you're watching from right now, like this live. Give it up for Tony. That was the best delivery thus far. We love to see him progress.
And
Martin,
the reading is like there's live in my party. I don't know what the hell it did. That can live in any party. Live in, alive in. It's written terribly here. And the worst part is I wrote that and I was a good English student, but whatever.
Tony,
Thank you, Shane.
Martin's pointing out that Tony's wearing some dope shoes. We gotta point that out as well.
Thank you. These are Frank Thomas shoes. These are like my wife had gotten them. What was it? The 2000 uh 13, 2014. I almost cried when I got this because this I had them in high school. But you know, as a kid, you don't respect your shoes and all that. So, I she got them for me as a present. It's probably the best best gift I've ever had. Almost cried. The only other time was when my uncle got gave me his hand-me-down golf club. That was another time I was giddy.
Hmm.
But this is number one. Frank Thomas, baseball player. These were six shoes. I had them in high school, and yeah, man, I had um, forever, you know, messed them up. And actually there's an additional story behind it.
All right,
One time, okay, yeah, I don't know why I should say the
go
story.
for it. Go
We
for it.
got
Go for
time.
it. Yeah.
So basically, we're in high school. So now I had these shoes in the locker, but I also had my lunch in the locker. So now a week had passed. I didn't open my locker because I was scared that the food would smell so bad that you know I would get mocked or whatever. So I left it for a few months. I never opened my locker. All my books were in my bag. I was carrying the heavy bag all the time.
You
The
carried all your books with you?
all the books, all the books. Also, I will not get embarrassed from opening this locker. And these shoes were like I had gotten them for maybe a month, and they were nice and clean and fresh. The lunch was away from the shoe. So, anyways, 3 months later, I went to go to the bathroom. I got all passed to go to the bathroom. And what happened? The big hurt. Jordy knows, man. Jordy knows. So
The hurt locker.
essentially. So basically, it was almost like spring at this point. So if 4 months even, like it's been a while. These shoes are in there because I didn't wear them in November, right? So November, December, January, March, April. So 5 months, man, they're in there. So I'm walking, I'm alone, and I see the lady. I'm like, "Oh, my cadena is locked. I don't have the key." And then she broke it, and I had forgotten the combination at that point. Sorry, it wasn't the key; it was the combination. Broke it. The food, I threw it away right away. It was so moldy. It was so moldy, and I found these shoes. I was like, "Oh!" They were all so nice and fresh, ready for springtime. Perfect. And yeah, that's the story behind that.
How did they
So,
smell?
oh, it smelled great.
They smell great?
Yeah, yeah. The locker didn't smell because it was in the sealed Ziploc and all that.
Okay, okay.
But I was scared. I don't know about these things. I'm
Uh,
not a 35-year-old man. I don't know this stuff.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, they're beautiful shoes nonetheless, guys.
Thank you. Went on the whole story.
We went down a rabbit hole. All right, guys, we're going into the next segment here called "What Peeves Me Off," and we're going to talk a little bit about the things that other people do that get on my nerves. I'll go first. So there's two things that kind of piss me or peeve me off rather. Um, when someone parks their car in front of my driveway, it really, really bothers me. Like, how do you know I'm not leaving right now and you're inconveniencing me by parking your car directly behind? You know, like if I need to get out, you're hindering me from doing that. So that's kind of what peeves me off. I want to know some of the pet peeves from you guys in the chat. So make sure to drop a line and let us know. We're going to call them out. Another thing is when you don't pick up your pet's crap off my
Oh
lawn,
man.
man. Like seriously, you walk away and it's as if it's okay. That's not cool, man. It's
Can
not
I
cool.
can I double down on that?
Yeah.
You know what I hate when it's snowy outside and I see piss in front of my house
And,
on my I don't know why.
Amy,
What?
Amy
Like
Licious, she
piss
doubles down too. She's had that happen to her a few times.
the poo?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
The poo. Yeah.
Oh
Why?
no,
Why?
no, not the poo.
The driveway.
She's saying she's called the cops to remove the vehicles from
Okay.
parking in front of her driveway.
First of all, if you're parking in front of someone's driveway, it's literally you cannot stay there more than 5 minutes.
No,
First of all, and
no.
second of all, you unless it's a family or a friend, and you're about to just coming to get something and going, you have absolute or there's a big party, and it's let's say your birthday. Let's say it's your birthday. I'm coming here. We know that you and your wife are not going to leave the car. You're not leaving. You're
Hmm.
here. It's your
Hmm.
party. Park in front of my driveway. As long if you assign somebody this, then it's fine. If you let somebody do it, it's fine. But how could you just park in front of a random person's driveway? How could you do that? You
It's
must be a terrible person to do
super
it.
frustrating. Yes, Amy Licious. Yes, super, super frustrating. Just Kozanian is in the building. Thank you so much for joining. He says a pet peeve of his is deuces. So is it other people taking deuces, or do you are you pet peeved that you have to take deuces yourself and clean your own derriere? Let us know, guys. Let us know. Tony, what are some of your pet peeves? What peeves you off?
All right. So one of the things that really bother me, it's just a courtesy thing, and some people don't. So let's say whether you're on the left lane or the right lane, whichever it may be, you're gonna turn either left or you're gonna turn right. But obviously there's crosswalks, right? In Montreal, you get the flesh, the arrow. Oh, what the hell was that? French, English.
You get the
Anyways,
arrow. You
you
got the
you
arrow.
have you have the arrow pointing forward, and then you get the full green light to turn.
Hmm.
So now that means people can walk the crosswalk. When people walk extremely slow,
Slow.
whenever I am walking the crosswalk and I see the person wants to turn and I'm the reason they're not turning, I'll just move. Even when I was with a stroller, I'm I'm kind of jogging it just to show courtesy. Like, thank you, man.
Tony, can I double down on that?
Go.
Guys, when you see the crosswalk signal, all right, when it goes from the red hand to the walking signal, all right, and let's say you're just getting to the corner now, and that signal goes from the walking man sign back to the hand sign that's flashing with seconds, all right, that is not an invitation for you to start walking across the street. All right. That's a pet peeve of mine. All right. That is literally saying, stop. You don't have enough time to cross the street. All right. But people will literally, with 5 seconds left, try to walk across 4 lanes on a boulevard. All right. And think that they're not inconveniencing people.
It's just like those cyclists who think they own the road. Like, listen, man. I know I'm in a car. I know I can get somewhere faster than you. It's fine. But even if I'm walking too, like you got to show some courtesy to everybody.
Yeah.
Whether it's walkers for cyclists or cyclists for walkers um what you call it. I don't know. Drivers walk to walkers, walkers to drivers. Like it's all the same. Another thing, just to keep it on the same subject. When I'm walking on the sidewalk, okay, and you got a bike path which is on the other side of the road, and you're riding your bike on the and look, I have no problem with riding bikes on um oh my
On
god.
the road.
No, not
On
on
the
the road.
sidewalk.
On the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I was gonna say trottoir. I don't know what's happening. Why
Fringlish.
am I freaking
Right,
French?
Kathy? Fringlish, Fringlish. Kathy's calling it out. She's saying you're speaking Fringlish. She's also doubling down, saying that that signal is not waving hello at you, and then riding side by side on the bicycle on the street on a single lane road. That is also frustrating. Jordy's coming out with Lotto Quebec fiends at the Dépanneur, or at the
Oh,
convenience store, ordering
oh,
loads
whoa!
and
Opening a can, dude.
loads of tickets, or people who don't know what they're ordering at McDonald's. Guys, like this is limited menu items, all right? They're not serving you French cuisine, Michelin starred French cuisine. All right, it's McDonald's. Know what you're ordering when you get there. Oh my goodness. But the Lotto Quebec one,
That's
Jordy,
amazing.
that one, I'm definitely doubling down on that one. So many times have I walked into a convenience store just wanting to buy a drink or something and or pay for the gas at the gas
No, there
station
was one time a guy who put his $20 on the thing,
on the counter and just
on the
left it
counter.
there.
Just said, "Look,
Yeah,
just set up my thing, $20. I'm gonna fill it up." Like, I just,
it's
Emma,
crazy.
like, I'm not waiting for this guy, you know. And
Exactly.
we're laughing. I'm like, yeah. And
Beast
I used
Mode,
to
thank
work
you
at
for joining. Sorry about that. Thank you for joining. Cozy, these bike people are
Beast
a
Mode.
hazard. Absolutely, absolutely, 1000% they are. Um, yeah, so pet peeves. These guys, common courtesy, common courtesy, crossing the street. There are drivers, and yes, we are giving you the right of way. All right, we're giving you an opportunity, but we got to show a little bit more respect. And
Yeah.
those cyclists, guys, two by two, single file, guys, single file, please.
And also, look, I'm down for riding the bike on the sidewalk. But if on the other side of the road, on the same road, there's a bike path, okay? I'm walking with my wife on the sidewalk. It happened last year, right? And the cyclist is going on the trottoir and like going straight and not. I wanted to trip this bike, like literally, like me and my wife had to. And there's a few bike people that were like this
Yeah,
and acting like we're the problem.
right.
No, MFer, you're the problem. The On the other side, you got a cyclist path they created for you.
Yeah.
So why don't you
To go
go
on
there
that side.
and use that side of the road
Yeah. And
and you for your
some
little
of them,
bicycle, okay? And
so,
me too. If I ride a bicycle, I'm gonna go on the section of the cyclist, cycling path, man. It's only like I'll be a shitty person if I do that, unless I'm going to somebody's house on that side of the road. Then it's fine. No, but these guys were not going to anybody's house because I looked back, I look where they're going because I'm an a-hole like that. I want to know that I'm right. That's
what
part of the narcissism
the
that we spoke
your
of last
narcissism
week.
is showing. All right, all right, all right, guys.
All right,
That was a good one.
that was good.
Guys, let us know. Are you enjoying it so far? Are you having a good time?
Are you enjoying yourself? Are you having a
Are
good
you
time?
enjoying yourself?
Or are
Having a
you
good
having
time?
a good time? Casey Kasem. All right, what's next, Shane O'Mac?
All right, the crowd is going wild, ladies and gentlemen. Our next sponsor, Swag IPTV, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking to learn how to access over 3,500 live TV channels, which include live sports, local and international channels, along with on demand movies and TV series on your Fire Stick, Android, or Apple device, then go to www.swagiptv.com for all the details on how to access all your favorite TV shows and sports live at home or on the go. So these applications can be installed on smart devices as well, such as tablets and PCs and Macs and Apple devices and smartphones as well. So essentially, anywhere you have an internet connection, you can access, live TV. And they have some great information on what the best IPTV services are, paid versus, um, free types of IPTV services. So make sure to educate yourself and learn about it if you don't know what it is. And go to www.swagiptv.com. Thank you so much for your subscription.
And just cozy people who park in front of my house and take boat spots. Yeah, that when
Yeah,
my front neighbor, I have a neighbor that parks in front of my house at night and during the garbage days. And usually I put my garbage can there.
right.
So now I have to put the garbage can in back of one of the cars. Which look, what if maybe I wanna, maybe we're gonna take, maybe my wife's gonna take the kids. Oh, maybe in the morning we decided, oh, we're gonna switch it up.
Hmm.
It's not a full inconvenience, but it's just a minor inconvenience.
Right.
Like park on your side. You got a driveway you could fit 3 cars. Plus, you got the front of your house could fit 2 cars. my house could only fit one car because there's a fire hydrant.
Right.
Like stuff like that. Common courtesy. Basically, all of these things circle around common courtesy.
JTEX, thank you so much for joining it. Guys, if you're in here, make sure to subscribe, like, share, follow, all that good stuff. We'd really appreciate it if you're enjoying the content as well. All
All
right, well,
right.
we're moving on to the next topic, guys. It's rough stuff. And it's definitely a topic that hits home with me. Today, we're discussing mental health and addiction. So, as I said, as someone who has suffered from um, mental illness and addiction, it really does hit home with me. Um, and if you follow our channel, you've seen some of our new release videos where we're asking people how they would help a friend who's suffering in silence. And I know that Tony and I have found ourselves in a situation where we perceive that a friend of ours is suffering in silence, and so we want your feedback out there, guys, and let us know how you think we could support a friend who's suffering in silence. And so Tony, some of the feedback that I got from the people that we met online and spoke to online was, be present. Be present. Don't be pushy. Um, give them give them time to open up and let them know that you're definitely there to support them. So, what are your thoughts, Tony? How would you approach a situation where you come across a friend who's suffering in silence?
Well, most of the time, there's a reason they suffer in silence is because they're not speaking about it.
Mhm.
So, but at that point, really, it just you just you gotta sometimes message, yo, what's happening, man? You good?
Mhm.
Sometimes we don't do that as friends. We expect our friends to always message us. So just if you have a friend or a family member, sometimes reach out to them. Hey, what's up, man? Been a minute. How's everything? How are you doing? Yo, you want to hang out? Let's go. Whatever it is you got to do. So that person gets a sense. Okay, this person, like, I don't have to message him or her to be to spend time with them.
Right.
They're messaging me. It's not always me thinking about them first.
Hmm.
Because sometimes that's also the problem, right? Somebody who's suffering in silence, they feel like they're the one that's showing more of the friendship than the other one is. Or maybe that's part of the suffering in silence. It could be something they have in their jobs that's or school that is increasing their anxiety, or maybe depression, or whichever it may be, whichever one of those that you may have at that moment in time. So just remember, if you have a friend, don't always think everything is good, and don't always take advantage of their kindness. Like, I know you are busy, but also try and message them from time to time to see
Hmm.
what's up. Don't always expect them to message you.
Right.
You know, if they're always the ones saying hello to you, you want to hang out. You know, what kind of friend are you really? Unless
Hmm.
you're really busy. Look, things happen, but sometimes you got to reach out first to them.
Kathy's doubling down on that. She says check-ins are good. Haley, thank you for joining. Tony, you want to refresh the Instagram feed just in case we didn't get any questions or comments from the folks over there. Cozy, just Kozanian is saying ghost. All right. I don't know. I think to some extent, what you're saying is absolutely valid. You want to make sure that you're checking in, letting them know that um, you can be an ear for them if they need it, right? I think that from personal experience, pushing yourself into a situation that might not necessarily be welcome is a bad thing, right? Definitely, you shouldn't force yourself or force someone else into a conversation that they don't want to have, or force somebody to open up about something that they're not comfortable opening up about. So, yeah, I had to learn from experience that that's definitely not a good thing. It's crossing a boundary. And if someone doesn't want to talk about something, you got to respect that, right? But from
So
a
in that case, yeah, find something else to do
Yeah,
to pass the time. Maybe you want to watch sports. Maybe you want to
partake
go
in
to a movie
partake
or
in their pastime,
yeah,
right? Whatever it
golf,
is they want to
something,
do.
anything.
Exactly, exactly. Being present, meaning, not being there going, do you want to talk now? 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 It's hey, whenever you're ready, but in the meantime, let's go grab a pint, or, let's go throw a ball or something, or go watch a game, or go watch a fight, or go watch a movie, just like Tony said. Being present in their life, letting them know that you're around, and willing to support them in any way that they need. So, guys, you let us know, what are your thoughts? Give us your thoughts on how you would help a friend suffering from silence. We want to know your thoughts on that, if you've ever experienced it as well. I guess another thing is, you could probably purposefully leave information around, you know, pointing in the direction of useful resources and tools, right? When you go to a doctor's office, you will most likely come across reading material that may be suggestive to some referral services that may be available, so that if that particular friend of yours, is not comfortable opening up, to his immediate circle of friends or family, and would much prefer to do that from somebody on the outside who is perhaps not knowing of their background, or have any pre conceived notion of that person, such as therapists. You might want to leave a pamphlet around. That might be a good way to say, hey, if you're not comfortable talking to any of us, there are services that are available. If you yourself are somebody who have used these services, all right, and you want to introduce them to somebody because they are contemplating on using those services, but just don't know what it feels like, that first step. And you'll see this week, we released a video of someone who had a tremendous amount of courage when we asked them, what was something hard and uncomfortable that you did, but it all worked out. And that individual said that going to therapy for the first time was very hard, because she did not like talking to people like that, opening up about some of those things. And then, but it all worked out in the end for her, and she was a living testament that that therapy worked out. She also went on to say that therapy is not for everybody as well, right? But in her situation, all right, it definitely worked out for her, and she's definitely here, happy and healthy today. So we appreciate her sharing that message, because there, in therapy, there are, some very useful tools that you can learn, no matter what it is that you're going through, whether you're going through something internally, or whether there is a conflict between you and somebody in your family, or a friend, or loved one. Therapy can be great to access some very resourceful tools, for you to be able to manage certain things.
Yeah, and really, in the end, if ever you feel down about yourself and you don't know what to do, maybe go look into your hobbies, in the hobbies that you really
Yes.
enjoy, honestly. And if you're a friend suspecting that somebody may be suffering in silence, maybe find that common hobby that you love, and or the few hobbies that you love, and go do them.
Immerse
You know,
yourself in them.
yeah, yeah,
Submerge
just
yourself in them.
because look, one of the things I remember, it was a while ago. One of my friends went to a clinic, and the doctor told him, basically saying that 70% of the people in the working population, they're clinically depressed in call
Yes.
centers. They're clinically depressed.
Hmm.
You know, so a little down you feel about yourself, just in general. You probably feel a certain way, but because life, man, it comes at you pretty fast, right?
Sure does.
Life is life is going, and you
Let's.
might not feel that you are where you want to be. And a
Hmm.
lot of the problems, like, if I can, like, just indulge a bit in this, it's, I feel, people now in the social media world, a lot of people look at certain people, the Grant Cardones, the, I don't know, who, Dan Bilzerians, and they want to be these guys. And that's one of the parts of the problem, where we don't appreciate what we really have
Hmm.
at this moment, because we want to have that. And you know what? Obviously it's a pet peeve thing, but one time this guy Grant Cardone, okay, always in the jet, always talking about how to be successful, lift, never give up, never fail. No, no, no. Listen, shut your mouth. Second of all, like I understand his message, it's all good,
Mhm.
but at some point he had said if you're not making 400,000 salary on a yearly basis, you cannot be a good father. Like, see, like that type of
Mhm.
comment, how does it come across for somebody, let's say like me, who doesn't make 400,000 a year? Like, are you freaking kidding me, buddy?
Mhm.
Like, now you're saying a guy like me, or a guy like Shane, or a guy like whoever it is out there who's not making 400 grand a year is not a good father? Are you kidding me? Like, that puts somebody down,
Mhm.
right? So, one of the things I would suggest to people, first and foremost, stop looking for that acceptance or that
From outside, from
stop
outer
looking at your
influence.
phone for your um
Answers to
for
your
your happiness.
problems
For
and to
yeah.
your happiness. And you're absolutely right, Tony. People are infatuated with looking like the celebrities that they see, or using the brand of makeup that they push, or following the diet trends. Guys, where is your own identity? You know, and number two, do you really need to share it with everybody? Is it a competition? I sometimes don't get it. You know, maybe I'm naive. I don't know. But at
Or
the
maybe I don't know, maybe you could respect maybe that person. You know, I know a few guys that are good like in music they do tours, or let's say they're a trainer and they're showing off, and maybe that's good for their business. That
yeah,
I understand. I'm just talking about some of these guys who are so-called motivational guys or whatever, and when they shoot out stuff like you need to make money to be happy,
hmm
it's like relax,
look,
right? Because not everybody is in your shoes,
and here's the
right?
thing, guys. A lot of stuff on the internet, and I'm just gonna say one more thing, guys. So Kathy mentioned for before some great self-help books out there. So that's also a very true statement. If you see one that you come across in a bookstore and you want to pick one up for a friend who may be suffering in silence, and as a gift, that might be something good too. But to get back to what Tony's saying,
And also cozy, that's hilarious. I live my life a
a
quarter
quarter
kilometer.
kilometer at a time.
It's really quarter mile at a time, but he
Yeah, yeah.
Canadianized it.
Liberty, thank
And
you for joining.
and also, I want to follow up what Koji says. You never turn back on family,
That's
because
right.
that's a Fast and Furious Cody's good
That's right.
right there. And Shane, we're not only friends, we're family.
Family.
All right.
All right. So getting back to what Tony was
Yeah,
discussing.
because
Listen,
we're
you
low
you
on
can't
time.
you can't take everything you see on the internet at face value, because you know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's marketing, right? These guys are showing this type of aggressive video to, try and get a reaction from a particular demographic who is sleeping right now. And they need that.
Hello, Gorgie.
What's going on, Gorgie? And they need that to wake up, a stimulant to wake up. But ultimately, Tony, if we talk about the messaging itself, having that much money or access to that much money or having that financial freedom, all right, does alleviate a certain amount of stress in them. All right. And I think what he's trying to allude to is that if you can make that much money, all right, and afford not to have to work, all right, then you can supplement the time that you used to work to spend with your family. All right. But the internet and marketing can be so manipulated and aggressive sometimes that the true meaning of the message gets lost behind the imaging and marketing of things, right? So I think that whomever it is that you're speaking of, I'm not familiar with the
Grant
individual.
Grant Cardone.
Grant
Look, he
Cardone.
travels and he gives courses on how to sell and this that, but like, and then one time, he's with his kid on the jet plane, what
Right.
on his private jet, whatever.
But
Like, but at the same time, it's like he's working hard for that, and I'm thinking to myself, how much are you seeing your kids? Because like,
mhm,
don't act like you're seeing your kids as much. Are you there for every soccer game or every
right.
basketball game or every gymnastics or every ballet class or whatever, or every piano recital or every play recital or whatever it may be? Is he always there? No, because
No.
if you're making that much money, that means you're busy. You have work to do, and I don't care even if you have a private jet, you cannot always make it on time to your kid's stuff. So don't tell me about being a better parent
and you're not making
for it.
sacrifices. And
Exactly, exactly. You're making some kind of sacrifice
but it
for that money.
we have to admit it does, that much financial freedom does come with perks, all right? But at the end of the day, the way that message is being marketed, right, where you can't be a good father if you don't earn that money, you need to teach your children that um, money is not the most valuable thing in the world, guys. I mean, you need to teach your children emotional intelligence.
See, look at that, Amanda. Nope, I don't believe that. I think if you have more money, you become less
Less sensitive,
sensitive to reality and may lose track of reality. And
one
that's
thousand
true.
percent.
A lot of these people, when they talk about life, like, okay, like, I understand you maybe, look, these guys did some things to make the money, and sometimes it can be ruthless,
Hmm.
so because really in business, you got to be ruthless. You cannot be nice too much because
All
you
the
got to
time,
make
no.
business decisions.
Don't mistake my kindness for weakness,
Ex-
right?
Exactly, and that's how a lot of people who make the money, they're really tough. They're really tough individuals. It's tough to be a good person and make the money because sometimes you'll let your heart make the decision, and you keep business out of it. Like, you
Welcome,
got to
Jesse
think
James.
about business.
Hmm.
There's some kind of line there. And
Well,
look, I'm not saying everybody who makes money is a complete
that's
asshole.
in my opinion biggest mistake. And I might be wrong, but I'm old fashioned. Business is business. Don't mix business and personal. At the end
Exactly.
of the day, in order to be a good businessman, you're going to have to make some ruthless and cutthroat decisions
Exactly.
that even somebody who is moral to their core or morally sound, right, will have difficulty at the end of the day laying their head down on their pillow going, shit. If they say to themselves that was an easy decision to make, well, then you're a different type of
You know,
animal. But honestly, you need to be capable of making some very harsh and ruthless decisions
I'm
because
gonna
it's
say,
just business.
sorry, Shane,
Go ahead.
because I know we're a bit off time there, but
What's going on, Laura?
Amanda, I think one of the things that I want to say about that, like Jeff Bezos,
Yep.
before recession come, like, don't buy any fridge, don't buy anything. Like, he's talking as though he's a common folk.
Hmm.
Like,
You're not.
man, you're not.
You're not.
You are not. You probably have 10 fridges in your house.
Now,
Okay?
Elon Musk doesn't live like that, though. Now,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. He has his properties where he indulges and whatnot, but he has a bungalow that is
Yeah.
not far from Tesla building,
Yeah.
and it is not furnished. And in most cases, he just sleeps in the conference room because there's a sofa there
Yeah. Yeah.
for him to sleep on. So this is parallel, right? There are two differences. You have a man who is talking to the common folk as if he is common folk, and then you have a man who is by no stretch of the imagination common folk. He is not common folk by any means necessary, but acts like common folk.
Yes.
And
Yes.
every decision he makes, he he makes people believe it is for the betterment of common folk.
And yeah, Elon Musk, I would listen to him because he does have some sort of logic in his thinking, as we spoke of last week.
Yeah.
There is something to him where he accepts both sides of the conversation. He looks
Hmm.
at both sides, and he enjoys the free speech aspect of it. I saw the Bill Maher interview, some of it.
Welcome,
Very,
Crystal.
very, very, very. I don't know. He thinks like the people,
Yeah.
which is you don't see a lot. So,
Kathy's doubling down though. She is making a good point. To a certain extent, they are very much out of touch with reality.
100%.
Because of course, when you do come into the riches, you do tend to act a fool, right? And frivolously, in some instances with your money, and then you're not just, you're doing things that you wouldn't normally do, and you see less of the moral values that you had. Sorry, guys, if you're on Instagram, you want to check that out. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties on Instagram. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Um, Crystal, thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much for the likes. If you want to see more of our content and support us, make sure to go to Instagram and TikTok and subscribe to our channel. No, Tony, it's the one that's in front of me. Hold on, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. 'Cause, that one's not good. The first one. You know what? Leave it, Tony. We don't even need it at this time. All right. The next topic is, and thank you so much for hanging in there, guys. We really appreciate it. The next topic is checking your reflections. And this is the segment where we talk about where you deposit your energy this week. Because we do have various buckets in our life and we want to make sure that we're trying to establish a healthy balance. You want to just change the angle a bit on the Facebook one? Turn it towards you. Good. Sorry, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for waiting and holding on. We had a technical difficulty. We needed to get back on track. So again, what we're talking about is checking your reflections. We want to know what buckets did you fill this week and what's been draining your energy lately, and how does your body feel? Is it telling you something that you need to listen to? And what your stress levels are? We need to pay attention to certain things like your sleeping patterns, your stress levels, your behaviors, and things of that nature, because it could be a key indication that something is wrong. So I'll start off by saying, how did I use my energy this week? Well, I feel like I got a really good balance in this week. Um, I gave pretty much an equal amount of time, with the exception of family. But I'm gonna retract that statement. I'm gonna retract that statement because I did spend time with them. A different kind of family, but family nonetheless.
Family.
Family nonetheless. So this week with work, obviously doing the 9 to 5, but I got back on track on posting our videos on TikTok. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We did talk about a wide array of topics, some old, most of them new. And in terms of quality time with my significant other, we definitely did that this week. And with family, so I want to give a shout out to Eris Marzumani. Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday to
Happy birthday,
you.
cuz.
17 years old. We had a birthday party for him at his house this weekend. And so that is the extended family. And I put into my family bucket by spending some time with them. Tony's mother was there. I consider Tony's mother to be my second mother. Um, his aunt was there. She's my aunt. Her children were there. They're my children. They're not my children. No,
They're
but
like your cousins.
they're my cousins. They're my extended family. They always welcome me with open arms, and I hadn't seen them in a long time, and really enjoyed spending some quality time with them, talking, laughing. We got to meet some new, raw, real fanatics at that party. Talar, all right. Not
Where's Talar? We didn't see her
We
today.
didn't see her today, but that's okay. We
You
don't
know
hold
what
it
her love
against her.
language is?
I have no idea.
Money.
Money, money, money,
Money.
money.
That's what she told me. That was a good joke.
Was it? Oh, ba-dum-bum.
but
There you go. Hold on.
but I don't think she's joking.
Let's give her an applause for that,
Well, even though you're not here.
even though you're not here, and some laughter with that as well. All right. So, what drained my energy this week? I'd have to say, Tony, work was one of those things that drained my energy this week. It just felt like the walls were falling down, or there was a lot of weight on my shoulders this week. It wasn't a great month, so to speak, but you know what? It's important, I find, to live those experiences because it gets you to push through them, get pushed through the adversity, right? It's a great exercise to just mow through things, and don't let things prevent you from accomplishing your goals. But I definitely feel as though that work was something that drained a lot of my energy this week. What was something that drained your energy this week, my man?
Honestly, I don't feel like I had a lot of. I didn't. I think I drained my energy a lot on the weekly activities of my kids and the studying because now it's getting crunch time for my son. So like it's
Mm-hmm.
almost as though I have to do homework and I have to you know, I have to teach. I'm also a teacher at home. My wife is a teacher. My wife too. Like
So
that drains a lot of energy. So, but it is something we got to do for the betterment
of
of
the
our
children,
child.
for sure.
These are just parenting challenges. Again, every week there's going to be that parenting challenge, which is perfectly fine.
Hmm.
I'll accept it all on. It's something that comes with the territory.
Amy
It's
Licious gives
draining.
you a round of
Yeah.
applause for that. Very good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes, yes. And sometimes my wife takes on a lot with my son, who, is kind of like me when I used to study. When I was on, I was on.
Hmm.
His homework's done quick. But when I was off as a child, it was like, oh, you
Uh,
got pulling
Pulling
teeth to
teeth.
make me
Hmm.
do my homework. So, my son has a bit of my genes, unfortunately, when it comes to that part of the studying. So it can be a bit of a challenge. Uh,
So how
you
does
know,
it, let me ask you a question, if you don't mind me interjecting here, Tony. How does that make you feel at the end of a stressful day? So not only are you potentially coming home from a stressful day at work, right? But then now the stress of having to do that on top of it, how does that make you feel? And is that even putting strain perhaps on your marriage, right? Does that have an effect as well too? How does that feel at the end of the day?
I always joke around, but it's also kind of truth. The parents who tell their children they're not the reason they divorce, that's a lie. That would be a lie, okay? Because that would
Tony,
be a
you're
lie.
terrible.
If
But this
your
is
parents told you they did not divorce because of you,
they're lying.
they're lying,
They're lying.
okay?
We're,
You were probably a prick as a child, and your parents, on top of what maybe, they felt some kind of maybe, I don't know, maybe, it was, maybe you're not the root of the problem. Maybe you're not the root of it, but you're the reason you were the camel that, what they say?
Amy Licious, thank you so much for the roses. We appreciate all
Thank
that
you,
love.
Amy
Oh my
Licious,
God.
number
Oh
one.
my God.
And what they say, the straw that broke the
The
camel's
straw
back.
that broke the
You were
camel's back.
probably the straw.
Yeah.
Okay? You
Guys,
were the straw.
guys, this is the Raw Real podcast. We're giving it to you raw and we're keeping it real. If
Yeah.
if your parents got divorced and they claim that it wasn't because of you, they lied.
They lied. Okay? They
They lied.
lied. I'm just giving you facts. Okay? When our children are good for the week, there's seemingly no arguments. Obviously, I got to do my part to fill the bucket with my wife. You know, get off the phone when I'm conversating with her.
Hmm.
You know, are you alive? My wife says, phone throw away. Fuck, throw it away,
Tony,
bro.
I saw a
Tell
video.
me.
I saw a video today. I saw a video today. All right, and it's a guy and his girlfriend, or husband and wife lying on the sofa. Okay, but like parallel to each other, and they're both on their devices. And the thing goes, when you hear your wife stop scrolling, that means you stop scrolling. And this guy literally, the wife goes, puts the phone down. He literally threw his phone, took his shoes off, went right next to her, grabbed her, held her, hugged her, and like just stared deeply into her eyes,
That's
waiting
the
for.
move, man. That's the move. I am second joined. Thank you for joining us on Instagram.
Amy
That's the
Licious,
move, though,
thank you
Shane. That's
so
the
much
move.
for
Your
the
wife gets off the phone. Yo,
love.
throw it at the end of the couch.
Let's
What's
throw it,
up?
ditch it, throw it, put it in a safe, lock it up. It doesn't exist.
So if you have children, or if you have a wife or a significant other, if you have children, you know, you're the reason they got a divorce. Okay. Oh, if your parents are divorced, you're the reason. I'm sorry. I'm probably the reason my parents divorced because I was, you know, I was retarded child.
I
I
was.
kind of.
You can't
Good thing
say
I
that.
mumbled. I mumbled.
You can't
Nobody
say
heard
that.
me.
You can't say
So
that.
I was not. I was very up and down. Gemini, probably ADHD, bipolar, whatever it may be. So I put extra strain on it. And also, as a husband, even if you have no kids, put that phone away when you're conversating. Unless you're watching maybe TikTok videos together and laughing together. That's I guess cool, but just do something together.
My
Put
wife,
the phone
my,
away when you're conversating.
my wife did that to today for the first, well, not for the first time. It's very rare that she asks me to do this. She'll ask me to go onto TikTok and go see a or go see a particular content creator, and we'll sit there and we'll watch a couple videos
Yeah.
together. And so that was cute. They were funny videos. We'll introduce that content creator next week because I definitely think he deserves some praise. But yeah, we'll share that information next week. Guys, I had an amazing time today. I think the show
Yeah, man.
just keeps getting better and better as we go. We are loving you guys, our audience. Thank you so much for interacting with us this week. We want to continue that momentum. So every week, um, if you're following us, make sure to engage with us on our chat. We love to engage with you guys on our lives. It really makes for some great conversation, just so that we're just not talking into a camera and dictating the entire show. We definitely appreciate and love all the feedback that you've been providing us and all the support as well. So this evening's top donator was Amy Licious with over
Amy
50 coins.
Licious.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Boom, with over 20. You guys are
And look, she
amazing.
was a first time listener.
And she
You
was.
guys, it was my first time here. Awesome. We are happy that you enjoyed
You
the show.
enjoyed it,
Uh,
absolutely. And we hope to have you as our viewer again next week. We'll be talking about a whole different set of topics as well. We're going to keep it raw and keep it real. Some's going to be funny, some is going to be serious, but it's always going to be a good time, guys.
Yeah, we always keep the light stuff at the beginning, and we'll go at the tail end, generally speaking, about uh, you know, um, self-help stuff, human stuff, just classic human elements, human emotion, stuff like that.
It's important. It's important,
It's
guys, to
important.
learn about these things. It helps us to do some reflecting. It helps us to understand ourselves better, why we are the way that we are, the little idiosyncrasies, where did they come from? Where does our ego stem from? And things of that nature. So we definitely dive into those topics as well as love languages because I personally think, Tony, everybody needs to understand what it takes for them to feel love. So that when you're in a relationship, you can communicate to your partner what your love requirements are. All right. And at the same time, once you've learned this skill set, you'll be able to identify without having to probe your partner what
Yeah.
their love language is. So I think it just makes for a better world if we could love each other a little bit better. And it is not just applicable for relationships, it's applicable for your friendships, it's applicable for your relationships between you and your family members. I know that the title Love Languages might throw some people off, but it is really, really good information. And once you understand it, it is applicable in all avenues of your life and where you sustain relationships. So, Amy Licious, thank you so much for giving us a follow and all your support this evening. We truly, truly appreciate it. And everyone else who joined on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, we are nothing without you. Literally,
Yeah,
literally, we
seriously,
wouldn't
we'll
be
just
doing
be
this
two guys
without you.
talking to each other into the ether
Into
and
the abyss,
into the abyss,
into
into
the
the black
matrix.
hole. And yeah, man. So
Can you
yeah,
imagine this
that's it.
show in 1981? What it would be like? This would be pretty weird.
It's called radio.
It's called radio.
Yeah. I don't listen to any more radio songs. I'm done.
Yeah,
If I listen to a radio song, it's because I found it on YouTube Music.
that's it.
I have. It's rare I listen to radio, but sometimes in the car, one time I hear some kind of subject, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what this is, right? And hopefully, oh,
Oh, oh,
oh,
oh.
that means we have come to an end. So
That's it.
I should stop talking and let's go on the high that
All
we
right,
were on.
Carolina Outlaw. Thank you so much for joining. Unfortunately, we're at the end of our show. Thank you so much, everybody, again for joining. We'll be back next week. I'll be popping in live periodically throughout the week, but we'll be uploading more videos of our interactions with individuals on the internet this week. So make sure to give us a like, share the content. if you love the message that we're trying to push to people, which is, of course, love, acceptance, and happiness, and all that good stuff. Thank you for joining. We love you very much. This is us signing off. Tony, take us out, man.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up. Okay, okay. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a good night.